Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to Commissioner's Court. Before we get started, we have Brother Brent Williams with us here today to lead us in the invocation, and Commissioner Kim, the pledges. Please rise.
Let's pray. Father, you said that you are the definition of love, that God is love, and this week shows us what that love looks like. Love is doing the very best I know to do for someone in a given moment, and what Jesus did to show us what self-sacrifice and love look like by giving his life for us. But it didn't end there. Christ in you, the hope of glory, is the mystery. You decided to put yourself inside of us so others can see you. And we can do that by producing the fruit of the Spirit, which is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. So let that be the hallmark of our lives this week to bring you glory. And it's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Brother Williams, sir, thank you. And again, welcome to Commissioner's Court. We really do appreciate you being here with us today. The time is 9:01, and we do have a quorum, so we will call this meeting to order. Are there any citizens' comments?
No, sir.
Okay. Item 1, consider and take action on minutes from previously held meeting of Commissioners Court on March the 28th, 2023. Are there any additions, deletions, or comments? Hearing none, we entertain a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to approve the minutes from the previously held meeting of Commissioners Court on March 28, 2023.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey and second by Commissioner Richardson to approve the minutes as presented. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstain? Item passes 4-0 with one abstention. It seems like our volume is up very loud. Item 2 is consider and take action to proclaim April the 23rd as Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month. And with us this morning, we have Ms. Leslie Saunders with the Help Center and a whole slew of folks that I hope she introduces.
So good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, Judge. Thank you for having us today. So yes, we have our whole team here today. We have Wendy Pacheco. She's our prevention specialist who provides services in the schools. I have Gracie Hall Crone. She's recently married. So Gracie is our MDT coordinator. She coordinates all of the players in the pool of law enforcement, prosecution, CPS at our monthly meetings. Rebecca Fears is our lead forensic interviewer. Crystal Tackett is our new family advocate. Maria Ramirez is our helpline admin. She helps answer the phone and provide services. Kim Williams is our helpline coordinator. Susan Randall is our counseling coordinator for all the kids that come through Maggie's house that need counseling services. Debbie Stanley oversees all of those cats in that room at Maggie's house, and she's the program director of Maggie's house now. And Ginger Ford is our chief director of direct services, so over the center. So I'm very blessed to have these amazing ladies. We also have Casey Darter. She's our crime victim services for adult crime victims. And Amanda Sharp is my admin. So we have a lot of players in our pool at the center. We're very blessed to have these ladies that do what they do every day. And we are here to proclaim April as Child Abuse Awareness, but we have a huge team that is part of that. And through the Sheriff's Department, Sheriff and Jenny Palmer, through the District Attorney's Office, through Clint's office, we just have a whole array that makes this wheel happen. And we're just very blessed to have the multidisciplinary team that we have that supports these kids of abuse and neglect. If I can read something quickly from one of our other programs that we have a teen abstinence program that provides services to teens across Henderson County with teen sexual health information. So last week, our counselors or our team was there at one of the school districts. And on Fridays, they get to write a letter to someone they care about that's made an impact in their lives. And so this is a letter we got to the Help Center staff from one of the kiddos that came through our teen absence program. It says, "Dear women of Maggie's house, after being pulled into y'all's office, confused and scared, and in denial after getting raped for over a year, y'all took me in and made me feel like one of your own. You welcomed me in, and in between interviews and countless tears, told me I was strong, told me to get my power back, and that it wasn't what I was wearing. It wasn't my fault. It was there that I learned to love small talk, even on the darkest parts of my road. I remember sitting in y'all's office wrapped up in a blanket, eating Cheetos and trying to hold it together, but breaking down anyway. Y'all taught me there is power in telling your story. There is power in speaking out to empower other young women to show them they are not alone, even on their darkest days. I wanted to thank you for taking me in and making me feel safe, for showing me that I wasn't alone. Y'all have no idea the truly amazing impact y'all had on my journey." And that's one of our teams that we provided services to. So for those ladies, that's what they do every day, and that's why we do what we do every day. So, proclamation. Now, if I don't cry, I'm gonna need a Kleenex, Miss Bobby.
Wait just a second before you
Okay.
run into the proclamation. One thing that is not really understood or known in the community is just how much outreach is done with the schools and with all of these. Could you go into that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I said, we have a teen abstinence program that provides services across Henderson County to about 2,000 teens a year. That's from K through 12. As I said, Wendy also provides services for K through 5. She has a program called Play It Safe. We provide those services from grades K through 5 to the kiddos across Henderson County so they know about good touch, bad touch. So they also know who to tell if somebody is touching them in a way that's not appropriate. We have the United Way Helpline, which last year we spent over $141,000 in direct assistance across Henderson County for emergency financial assistance. So that includes utilities, medication, gas vouchers, rent, clothes referrals, food referrals. And so the United Way Helpline was the original program of the center. And that's kind of what our center has as the hub, and then all of our programs can feed off of that as well. The kids that come through Maggie's house, they might need a gas voucher to get somewhere, to get to a counseling. They might need food after a program or after being seen at the center or closed. And so the helpline provides that referral service. And so we have a huge outreach across the county. I mean, from Kemp to Chandler, Crossroads to almost to Martins Mill. But we provide services across the entire county. So it's a large group.
Court, before we get into the proclamation, thoughts, questions, comments?
I just want to thank everybody that does this for the kids. It's remarkable for you to spend your time and to helping kids. Keith Loper told me that the numbers are still high, but he said they've gone down from the last 2 years ago about almost 50%.
Not for us, but possibly Keith can address that. So
That
Ours
just,
from the CPS removal standpoint, they've gone down that much. But as far as, we serve a little bit different type of victim. But ours have, in the CPS world, gone down quite a bit.
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Thank you.
Well, we've said it every year at this time, it's sad that we have to have this day to bring awareness, and it takes a special person to do the things that you ladies do. And it's just it's great that we have this kind of resource here in our county for our kids. And so anyway, thank y'all again for
Thank you.
every year for what y'all do and bring to our kids in the county.
thank you.
Same thing, I would like to say thank y'all. I know it's a tough job. I'm glad that all of our groups work together, our sheriff's department, our DA, Maggie's house, to bring a light to child abuse, and hopefully through what we do here today and through the things y'all do, it'll make more people, just like in the letter, want to speak out
Thank you.
and try to cure
Thank you.
child abuse.
Thank y'all for everything you do. I know the job y'all do has got to be one of the toughest jobs out there of what y'all go through and have to deal with 24/7. It's not just an 8 to 5 job. And I thank y'all, and I'd like you to let us know what y'all got coming up, events and stuff like that too, and about your new Maggie's house.
Absolutely. So today we have, Judge is going to read the proclamation again at Maggie's house. And so we were very fortunate to be building a new training facility and boardroom next to Maggie's house, which is called the Legacy Center. And so we will be, I think the forms are in, we're looking at concrete, but that'll be coming in pretty quickly. We have a shootout, which is our only fundraiser of the year, which will be at the end of the month at 5H Shooting Sports. So if you know 4 people that want to shoot, come out and shoot and have a great time and support Maggie's house as well. One of the other programs we do have that I didn't mention is our Adult Crime Victim Services Program. And so it provides services from that initial call all the way through the prosecution process as well. So that is provided to adult crime victims and also first responders. If those first responders need counseling services, we provide that for them. Our advocates are out there on scene with them and then are with those victims all the way through to the prosecution if that occurs. So we also have that program as well, so didn't want to forget that. But anyway, that's kind of what we have going on, so please come for lunch today, so at Maggie's house.
What time?
11 to 1, so
Thank you.
you're welcome. Ready? All right. Okay, Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month, April 2023. Whereas children are Henderson County's next generations of leaders and our brightest rays of hope for the future. Child abuse and neglect not only directly harm children, but also increase the likelihood of long-term physical and mental health problems, alcohol and substance abuse, criminal behavior, and poverty. Child maltreatment is a community problem, and finding solutions depends on the involvement among people throughout the community. It is time to focus on ways not only to protect children, but to prevent the abuse from ever occurring, and this is our opportunity to make a difference in young lives. Whereas in fiscal year 2022, the state of Texas completed 166,187 investigations of child abuse and neglect. Of those investigations, 59,994 were confirmed victims. Texas reported 182 children died as a result of abuse or neglect. Henderson County numbers are alarming. 1,137 confirmed victims with Child Protective Services and investigations. 89 children were removed from their homes. 4 children died as a result of served with a court-appointed specialist. As communities must make every effort to promote programs that benefit children and families across Henderson County, and whereas effective child abuse prevention programs succeed because of partnerships among agencies, schools, religious organizations, law enforcement agencies, and the business community. And whereas everyone in Henderson County should become more aware of child abuse prevention and consider helping parents raise their child or their children in a safe, nurturing environment. Now therefore, I, Wade McKinney, County Judge, and the County Commissioners do hereby proclaim the month of April 2023 to be Child Abuse Prevention Month in Henderson County, and urge all of its citizens to work together to help reduce child abuse and neglect significantly for years to come. Approved and adopted by Henderson County Commissioners Court on the 4th day of April 2023.
Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much
Thank you.
for doing this, and thank all of y'all. One quick note, had some discussions prior to court about this. 1,137 confirmed victims in this county.
Yes, sir.
It's more than 3 a day.
Yes, sir.
3 a day.
3 a day.
That's why I was leading to the discussion about the outreach and how crucial that is in getting these identified.
It is crucial, and our teachers are probably 90% of those that report. And so Jenny's gotten out Clint's gotten out, we've gotten out together and are providing information to schools about how to report, who to call, when to call, what to look for. And I think getting those prevention or intervention, that information out to the schools as well, also has gotten that number up, because those schools are saying, I know how to report, I know who to call. If I'm scared to report, I know who to call to help me walk me through that. And so they're making those reports. So
Well, it's a great collaborative effort.
It is.
Between our nonprofit organizations, our elected officials, and law enforcement. Thank you.
thank you.
Court, anything further? Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to proclaim April 2023 as Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey and second by Commissioner Richardson to proclaim April 2023 as Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month.
Thank you.
All those in favor? Item passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Item number 3 is consider and take action on a request for reimbursement of hotel stay in the amount of $1,571.19 and mileage in the amount, I'm sorry. We need to get a picture right quick. I'm sorry for the newspaper. I got halfway through it. If y'all would, line up here and we'll let the news get their picture, so. I jumped the gun, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll just. What do you need, Jody? Squeeze together?
Y'all have to,
Come together.
yeah,
Some of the shoulders on the front.
otherwise I'm gonna get back and see it.
Was you making a joke?
Thank you.
Thank y'all again very much. Appreciate it.
I was wondering why I wouldn't. What is my chair stuck on?
Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you all for putting up with our antics. Okay, again, I'll call item number 3, which is consider and take action on a request for reimbursement of hotel stay in the amount of $1,571.19 and the mileage in the amount of $267.80 during the Houston Livestock Show to the County Extension Agent Spencer Perkins. Ms. Lee.
Yes, as the court is aware, POs are required by law before a purchase is made unless it's an emergency. This clearly was not an emergency. I think Mr. Perkins has been rather busy lately, and this was about the last thing on his mind, so I need it from the court to move forward.
No PO, it goes to court. Court, questions, comments?
I know they spent a considerable amount of time down there.
It's been very
And
busy.
the county had a really good showing at the Houston Livestock Show. Our judging teams did excellent. We had, I know, a champion, reserve champion Angus breed, and a couple of other placing steers. Horse judging did great. Well, I think all our judging teams did great, which they've been doing good everywhere they go. So I know just from being an ag teacher, the last thing he was thinking about was filling that out. But having to make trips down there and back and wait in line and go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, get up at 5 and do it again the next day, and then come back home, get another load of kids and go back. So I know they did a tremendous job down there, and I think that the kids in Henderson County are getting a lot of experience by being able to go to these shows and judge and show their animals.
our AgriLife program continues to be
Yeah.
outstanding among its peers, and
I do believe that they even, I think they have the robotics at Houston now, and our teams did real good in it, so. Yeah, we got a tremendous group.
Any further comments?
And I think we're actually gonna have a workshop today on this exact subject. So, we'll have some discussion on that and some new policies maybe.
Okay. Anything further? All those in favor of the motion?
We ain't got a
Oh,
motion.
excuse me.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCann, seconded by Commissioner Tooley to approve the reimbursement request of hotel stay in the amount of $1,571.19 with mileage of $267.80 during the Houston Livestock Show for County Extension Agent Spencer Perkins. All those in favor of the motion now? Passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Item 4 is consider and take action on a request from juvenile probation for a cell phone for Jenny Medina, Department Administrative Assistant and Community Service Activity Officer. Ms. Lee.
Yeah, I didn't get speak with Lou about this, but I'm sure it's the same thing everyone else is facing. She's getting a lot of text messages on her personal phone, phone calls on her personal phone. Of course, we can't archive those.
Questions, Court?
Will we go ahead and just get one of the new phones for this one, or?
Yes, no, we'll go ahead and put her on the new
Yeah.
AT&T.
Anything further? Entertain a motion.
So moved to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and seconded by Commissioner Spivey to approve the request from the juvenile probation for a cell phone for Jenny Medina, Department Administrative Assistant and Community Service Activity Officer. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item 5 is consider and take action on a building maintenance agreement with Health and Human Services for the building located at 101 West Baker Street here in Athens, Texas. Although we lease a building to HHS to provide many of their programs out of just north off the square here. Been doing it for years, and every now and then they want to do a little upgrade of the building. And this is to change out the windows. Had maintenance run by there and take a look on what they were proposing and everything, and they were like, have no issue with it. This comes at no cost to the county. As a part of our agreement, they'll cover everything. Just need the court's blessing with the judge's authorization. Questions?
I'll make the motion with the judge's authorization to sign.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner McCann, seconded by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the building maintenance agreement with Health and Human Services for the building located at 101 West Baker Street in Athens, Texas, with the judge's authorization to sign. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item number 6, consider and take action on the interlocal agreement with Eustis ISD for the Crimes Against Children Task Force. Sheriff.
Good morning, Court. This is our standard agreement for the Crimes Against Children Task Force. Eustis ISD has already been to their board, and they have agreed to become a member of the task force, which this is going to be, I believe, the member number 14. So, and they're off and running, and it's a hard group of working investigators, working with the DA's office and the county attorney's office. And I couldn't be more proud of what they've already accomplished, and just hope more municipalities and ISDs join with us.
Court, questions, comments?
If the school, this is just a what if the school district has a police department, do they, are their investigators, are their police department trained to investigate or whatever? Or do they usually just turn it over to y'all?
Normally, if they have a police department, which most of ours do here in Henderson County, any crime that happens on their campus or within their jurisdiction, they're responsible for working. We will be there for assistance if they need assistance. And that's why they're jumping on board here, because a lot of those, they have a lot of training in different types of security. They actually may have more training in security than a regular police officer or deputy sheriff. But as far as specialized investigative tactics and responses, they probably don't have a lot of that. So unless they had it in previous employment. So that's why a lot of them are jumping on board with us, so we can take these investigations from them and run with them with special investigators.
Thanks, sir.
How many did you say we had so far?
I think
14?
this will be 14.
14? Do we have all the schools?
No, we do not. We do not.
Still a couple left.
Which, I mean, we don't have Athens ISD, but we have Athens Police Department, and
Yeah.
Athens PD covers the ISD, so I think that's kind of a wash.
Well, to expand upon with the ISD, going into the municipalities, you have a higher rate of turnover in your municipal PDs, where an individual might be starting a case and move on before it's come to an end.
Yes, sir.
That helps a great deal in bringing stability to the investigation and prosecution, correct?
Yes, sir.
Anything further? Entertain a motion.
So move to approve.
Second, with the judge's signature.
Yeah.
Okay. Motion made by Commissioner Tibley and seconded by Commissioner Spivey to approve the interlocal agreement with Eustis ISD for the Crimes Against Children's Task Force with the judge's authorization to sign. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item number 7 is consider and take action on a request from Malakoff ISD to purchase a 2016 Ford Explorer unit number F16-39 from Henderson County for $4,500. Sheriff?
Yes, Court. This is basically a standard purchase. It's something it's a unit that we are taking out of service. Malakoff ISD believes that they can further use the vehicle. We came up with the $4,500. Basically, that's basically what we get when we send them to auction. So, however, there will still be, it will be a police vehicle for Malakoff ISD if the court allows the purchase. So we will still leave we'll take out the radio, which has already been removed, and we'll take out the in-car camera system, but the other police equipment will stay.
Questions, Court? You anticipated my radio question.
Yes, sir.
If there's no questions, entertain a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to approve the request of Malakoff ISD to purchase the Ford Explorer Unit F16-39 from Henderson County for $4,500.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey and seconded by Commissioner Tooley to approve the request for Malakoff ISD to purchase the 2016 Ford Explorer from Henderson County for $4,500. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously.
Thank you, Court.
Thank you, Sheriff. Item number 8, consider and take action on request for refund of overpayment of taxes from the Henderson County Tax Assessor Collector.
Good morning. I have 2 refund checks for court approval totaling $10,549.72.
Court, questions, comments?
That first one, the ARB, it appears to be a building that is not finished.
The only thing the journal says is that the value change per judgment, per the term of the judgment, interest on the refund is waived if repaid within 60 days, change to the appraisal road. So that would actually be a question for the appraisal district.
Any other questions? Entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner McCann and seconded by Commissioner Richardson to approve the request of overpayment or refund of the overpayment of taxes from the Henderson County Tax Assessor Collector as presented. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item number 9, consider and take action on an infrastructure development site plan for the Caney Trails RV Resort located in Precinct 4. Commissioner.
Yes, Gord, it's Caney Trails RV Resort, located out on Lake Palestine. You see in the backup, we have 3 variances. One's for road surface is gravel instead of asphalt. We have one ingress egress on it only has one way out and one way in. State would not allow them to have 2 entrances on farm to market road within a certain distance. And then our other variance is it doesn't meet the requirements for a 60-foot of right-of-way. They have gone through and done everything we requested on the plat with all their floodplain work. We got their overlay of their septic system, all their water, all their sewage. They have the topo map on there for the elevations. All signatures are on the map, and everything looks good.
Questions for the Commissioner? I know that.
No.
No,
Go ahead.
No, we've granted road surface variances, depending on the size and location and use.
This is just a 14-space RV park. There's, you'll see that it's on 39 acres, but it's actually 2 creek channels that divides this property, and it sets up on a hill, so about 14 spots is the only area big enough to do that without getting into floodplain and stuff. So it's not going to increase in size, and this is going to be a what they call a full-timer. It's not a rent by week or day, a weekend deal. It's going to be all full-time spots.
So it's limited in its growth by the geography and the
Terrain.
topography.
Yeah. Yes.
I know we've talked several times about the right-of-way and giving a variance for a 20-foot right-of-way on this, and, just in discussing it with others and talking, these travel trailer parks already have water and electricity. So they don't have to have the right-of-way to come back in and put that water and electricity in. If they want to sell out maybe a couple of years down the road and change the development, then they have to come back and redo the whole plat, because this is not a plat. This is just a plan. So they couldn't come back and redevelop it as a housing addition with 20-foot right-of-ways or 20-foot roadways, because it's not platted.
Any other questions or comments?
And I'm pretty sure we probably got several of these probably waiting for this one to go through. Or not go through and see what happens.
Court, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, entertain a motion on approval of the variances and the plan.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the 3 variances in the site plan for Caney Trails RV Resort located in Precinct 4 for filing purposes only.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and second by Commissioner McCann to approve the infrastructure site plan and the 3 variances for the Caney Trails RV Resort located in Precinct 4 for filing purposes only. Any further comment? All those in favor of the motion? All those opposed? Passes 4-1. Thank you very much. Item 10, receive financial reports, of which we have none. Item 11 is consider and take action on payroll distributions and accounts cash sheets. Ms. Harris.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have biweekly 7 payroll totals.
Questions concerning biweekly number 7? Entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey and seconded by Commissioner Tulin to approve the payroll disbursements for biweekly number 7 as presented. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes.
Then I also have the February accounts cash sheet.
Questions on the accounts cash sheet?
I make the motion to approve the February account cash sheet.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner McCann, seconded by Commissioner Richardson to approve the accounts cash sheet for a period ending February of 2023 as presented. All those in favor? Item passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you need my computer?
Item 12 is consider and take action on submitting contracts, of which we have none. Item 13 is consider and take action on the request for a right-of-way permit. Okay? Precinct 2.
This is a request from East Cedar Creek to provide sewer to a place. There is sewer in the Glen Oak subdivision, and the lady has decided to put in sewer, so she is going to, they're going to be running a 2-inch, hang on, I thought you snuck up on me with my chair. Run a 2-inch low pressure down from the corner of Red Oak and Scenic Drive down to the corner of White Oak and Scenic Drive.
Questions for the commissioner? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Judge, I move we approve the right-of-way acquisition for East Cedar Creek to provide sewer to 155 Scenic Drive with the commissioner's authorization to sign.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tully and seconded by Commissioner Spivey to approve the right-of-way agreement with East Cedar Creek Freshwater Supply District for a 2-inch sewer line, 280 foot of 2-inch sewer line in Glen Oaks with the commissioner's authorization to sign. All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously. You wanted to pass on the
Yes, sir. Pass on that.
39. Commissioner Richardson?
Yes, Gord, y'all notice here, it looks like our fiber optic connections are starting to take off on a lot of these companies coming in and asking for right-of-way permits. Spectrum it's got several connects that they're wanting to do on county road right-of-ways. One of them is County Road 4628, and that consists of a few bores, and they'll all be at 48 inches deep. There'll be a few foot of open cut on some of them. County Road 4511, they're also going to do some open cut and bores. None of them are more than about 400 foot of bore, I think. And I think, I was looking on here, I think most all of them were road bores under the road or along the right-of-way. They're going to do boring. I don't think any of that's going to be open cut. And then we also got County Road 4517 and 4622 where they're going to make fiber optic connects. So they're starting to get out into the rural area of outside of Athens and make some of these fiber connections. And I'm not sure if some of the lines like I've talked about are already there that had to be connected, hooked up, but they're moving along on getting a lot of this stuff hooked up, power hooked to it. So maybe that's going to make a difference.
Questions, comments?
Commissioner, have you, I have about 10 of them sitting in my inbox, but have you been able to talk to anybody about where they're going to be setting their pedestals at?
No, I know Spectrum, I think Spectrum is is bought out suddenly. Is
It's
that
charter.
charter? So Spectrum is charter?
It is charter,
Okay.
yes.
All right, well, a lot of those, I know one of them, they wanted to put a box, they were gonna come off of a power pole that was on private property and cut over to the right-of-way. There was no fence on the right-of-way, and so they wanted to know how wide the right-of-way was, so they knew where to set their box at, their breakout box, and it was gonna be right at the edge of the fence line, is what they told me.
Okay.
And that was a charter deal. So I think they're just doing a lot of these connects underground, short deal, then getting over to some power poles, because I think you said charter will be, a lot of that will be overhead fiber optic lines.
Sure.
So,
Okay.
Any other questions? Well, this is a part of the federal RDOF program that Charter One, I think they're in their third year, the 5 years they were required to build out. And they're beginning to push now. And of course, it is in the most rural, most underserved areas that the RDOF funding is made allowable for. So they are pushing. Any further comments? Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion for the proposed utility line activity for Spectrum to install fiber connections within the county's right-of-way. County Road 4628, 4511, 4517, and 4622 with the Commissioner's authorization to sign.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and seconded by Commissioner McCann to approve the right-of-way agreements with Spectrum to install fiber connections within the right-of-way on county roads 4628, 4511, 4517, and 4622 with Commissioner's authorization to sign. All those in favor? Item passes unanimously. Item 14 is consider and take action on submitted budget amendments, and we have none of those. But item 15 is consider and take action on paying the bills. Ms. Carpenter?
Yes, sir. We have one set, fiscal year 2023, in the amount of $375,766.88.
Commissioner Spivey, questions?
I have no questions, Judge.
Commissioner Tulip?
I have none.
Commissioner McCann?
I have none.
Commissioner Richardson?
No questions, Judge.
Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2023 bills in the amount of $375,766.88.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and seconded by Commissioner McCann to approve the fiscal year 2023 bills as presented in the amount of $375,766.88. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item 16 is consider and take action on submitted plats.
No plats.
Have none. And then item 17 is open and consider bids.
Good morning, Court.
Good morning.
We sent out bids for a wheeled excavator. I don't know why that's really hard for me to say. For Precinct 4, we received back 4 responses, and I sent those to you. The response from George Bain had additional equipment. We did get, I sent and asked for them to break down the cost for the additional equipment that they sent in on their bid. The actual excavator itself, the price for that was $327,219.68. And then the coupler was $10,239.98. The bucket, the 36-foot bucket was $5,427.94, and then the tilting clean-out bucket was $13,134.21. So that's how that broke down. But the equipment itself, the excavator, was $327,000, which is what the bid was for.
Court, questions or Commissioner comments?
Yes, Cord, if you look at these bids, the prices are all over the place, but we did put in a set of specifications that we were looking for on the excavator that we were wanting to purchase. There's only one that stood out and that met all the requirements and stuff on the specifications that we did put in. One of them had to do with manufacturer of, we wanted the manufacturer of the piece of equipment to have the same manufactured engine in, and one of those did not have the engine that was manufactured. It's the same as the unit that was in there, so we deleted that one out, and actually that was the John Deere. We know John Deere makes a great engine. Why they don't put a John Deere engine in their machine is probably because they don't build their machine. Someone else builds it and they put their stickers on it, is what I would assume. Not for sure, but I don't know why it didn't have a John Deere engine in it. And the other three did have the made engine for the deal, but we did request a 4-cylinder engine to save on fuel consumption. And two of the other ones had 6-cylinder engines with higher horsepower, but you know, the emissions and fuel consumption and stuff is something you're going to be running. This is more of a everyday use piece of equipment. It's kind of like a skid steer where you put multiple attachments on it, and it's not just one that you use 2 or 3 times a month and then let it sit there. It will be a daily use vehicle, kind of like a mow tractor in the summertime and stuff. So we chose a 4-cylinder engine, and then there's some other options that we put on there too that the other ones didn't meet. So that's basically about it. If anybody's got any questions or anything, I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Court, questions? The versatility that they've made these machines nowadays has made them so much more efficient as far as not only their operations, but just what you can do with them.
Yeah. Main thing, you know, you got a 40,000-pound machine that's versatile. You can get on it and road it, drive it just like a backhoe from area to area without having to pick it up and have tracks on it that you can't drive on the road and have to load it up and move it from one location to the next. It can just road it just like a backhoe to a different location, and they'll run, I think, 19, 20 miles an hour. So that's plenty fast. I think one of them showed that it would run nearly 30 miles an hour, but I don't think I'd want one of our guys driving one of those 30 miles an hour on one of our county roads.
Well, with all the attachments they come with now, or that you can get for them, and being able to dig 300 and, you know, be able to reach or work 360 degrees, and the flexibility of the knuckles and all that you get with them for ditching and so forth, they're quite the machines.
Yeah, just like our winter storm we had on picking up trees, the guys complained about on the backhoe, you got to pull up, set the outriggers down, and you've only got 180 degrees to grab something and load it on a truck. And one of these wheeled excavators with a thumb on it is something you can reach from one side of the road to the other, you know, and spin all the way around and just keep moving. So I think they're going to be a pretty good, handy deal. Like I say, you put a brush cutter on and cut brush, and we have trouble a lot of times with brush cutters not reaching. We got so many RVs that are around now, and we get complaints that it hits their air conditioning, so we're having to cut them up way above the 13'6". Some of these vehicles are right at the max height. We can't get to reach. We've had to rent deals with a basket and stuff on it to cut the overhead limbs because we couldn't reach them. So.
Any other comments? Which one are we gonna?
I'm leaning towards George P. Bain. They're out of Tyler. Their logistics and stuff and maintenance and everything is had real good luck with them here in the county, and their machine met all the specifications that we put out.
Board questions?
That's the only one on the list that met the specifications that you put out.
Yeah, everything that I put on there.
Bain has been a vendor in this county for 50 years, and they're established. There's no further comments or questions. Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to award the bid for a wheeled excavator to George P. Bain out of Tyler, Texas.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, seconded by Commissioner Spivey, to award the fiscal year 2023 wheeled excavator bid to George P. Bain. Any further comments? All those in favor? Item passes unanimously.
Thank you, Court.
Thank you.
I just can't wait to borrow it.
Well, Precinct 1 had one with a...
We have one with
stump
tracks.
grinder, But it had a stump grinder option on it at one time, but...
We still have that attachment.
Item 18, consider and take action to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and seconded by Commissioner Spivey to adjourn at 9:51. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Thank you for being with us, and here in about 10